Hello everyone, in this video I will be demonstrating Alpha Omega's frame mechanical setup. Alpha Omega's mechanical kits are compatible with leading industry stereotatic frames, frameless and robots. For the purpose of the tutorial, we will be using LXL frame with LXL mechanical setup. Starting with the frame, lower the bracket to plus 30. And remove the bracket on the other side with its screw. The mechanical set includes the following: LXL frame adapter, bend gun, 2 electrode holders with the X and plus orientation, bend gun and electrode holder screws, screwdriver, universal DBS holder, universal short DBS holder, DBS ruler, and a universal lead confirm holder. Some of the other mechanical kits, such as the Leibinger, will include brackets and other special accessories that are relevant to the frame itself. All the mechanical sets, including the tray, can be machine washed and autoclaved. To assemble the mechanical kit, take the bend gun and add the needed number of screws based on the number of trajectories you will be using. In this case, I will be doing 2 trajectories. The bend gun has the engraved lines connecting the hole to its screw, making it easy to identify. Insert the bend gun in the frame adapter in the orientation that you desire, with the ability to access the screws as well. Tighten the side screw using your fingers or the screwdriver. Insert the frame adapter on its designated place on the frame and tighten the screw which is embedded on the frame. In this stage, you need to mark the entry point on the skull and drill and open the dewar. Take the cannulas out of the sterile sleeve and insert it in the relevant hole. In this demo, I am using 25 above target cannula. Tighten screws using fingers. Alpha Omega has a variety of cannulas with different specs. Check with your region representative. Remove the stylet. Open the Headstage tray. In the tray, we have Headstage, Headstage cable, and ground cable. This is Alpha Omega's motorized washable Headstage, called the Neuro 40s Headstage V6. Make sure that the screw on the back of the Headstage is there and isn't blocking the holes. The target is always 25 when using Alpha Omega setup with a frame-based or robot. Depending on how far you want to start from the target, you set your starting depth. I want to start 10 above target, so I will set my starting point at 15. Use the top knob to change the starting depth. Take the Headstage cable out of the sterilization tray. Connect to the Headstage. Doesn't matter which end, dot to dot. Make sure it's connected well. Take the electrode holder, which matches the orientation of the bend gun, and add the needed number of screws. In this video, I will be using 2 electrodes, same as the cannula. Insert the electrode holder either way, making sure you have good access to the screws. You should hear a click once inserted. Tighten the top screw using finger or screwdriver. Place the head stage on its designated place on the frame adapter. Making sure it's all the way down, tighten well the back screw using your fingers. Take the new electrodes from the sterile sleeve. Make sure that the tip is retracted. Alpha Omega standard neuroprobe length is 237 millimeters from the micro tip to the stopper. Insert the neuroprobe all the way in the electrode holder, making sure it goes through the cannula as well. Tighten the screw on the electrode. Push the micro tip all the way down. Take the input cable from the sterile sleeve. On one side, it has a connector that connects to Alpha Omega's drive head stage. The cable connector has a marker. The other side has single color-coded socket connectors. Red is for the micro tip, and yellow is for the macro ring. The socket connectors are also numbered, so make sure to use the same number on both pins of the electrode. This number will be entered later in the system software for easier correlation. Connect the crocodile clip to the cannula. From here, you can carry out with the microelectrode recording session using the Haggard software. Once done with the MER and have identified the desired trajectory for implantation, move the macro tip of the neuroprobe to the desired implantation depth using the drive's knob, the smart button, or the wheel on the remote control, or the software on your MER system. For verification purposes, some of our healthcare providers take a picture using fluoroscopy or OR. Disconnect the input cable. Remove all electrodes and the electrode holder. If you plan to implant a long DBS lead, remove all cannulas except the one in the desired trajectory. If you are implanting a short DBS lead, replace the relevant cannula with a sterile short cannula for short DBS lead, then remove the other cannulas. The reason for keeping the other cannula during the replacement is to keep the brain fixed and prevent brain shifting. For implanting the lead, we need to do the measurements. We will need the DBS lead out of a sterile package, DBS ruler, and the universal DBS holder or universal short DBS holder, depending on the length of the lead you are implanting. Disconnect the lower part of the DBS holder and connect it to the ruler. Tighten the side screw. Thread the DBS electrode into the clamps of the DBS holder. If you are using a segmented lead, pay attention to the orientation of the marker. We want to align the DBS lead to the location of the macro connector, which is 234 millimeters when using a 3 millimeter neuroprobe tip, and 227 when using the 10 millimeter neuroprobe tip. Tighten the screws. Insert the DBS holder's lower part to the Headstage drive, where the electrode holder was, when the screw is facing the cable. You should hear a click once inserted. Tighten using finger or screwdriver. Disconnect the rod from the ruler and insert the electrode inside the cannula. And then insert the rod inside the lower DBS holder part and tighten the side screw. For verifying purposes, some of our healthcare providers take a picture using fluoroscopy or O-arm, verifying that the DBS contact has been implanted where desired. For better DBS lead confirmation, Alpha Omega has created the Lead Confirm cable to allow recording from leading types of DBS leads available on the market. To secure the DBS lead, unscrew the cannula screw and carefully retract the cannula. Once the DBS lead is visible, secure the cannula using the screw and the DBS lead using the stem lock or other methods. Remove the stylet from the DBS lead. Release the DBS lead from the clamps. Once the lead is out, remove the Headstage. Disconnect the Headstage cable from the Headstage. Pull on the connector. And the cannula and the frame adapter.